Hey everyone, welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3. Today I want to show y'all how to use a blueprint that I have uploaded that is basically an Indominus Rex Paddock blueprint. So if you go to Workshop, I do think you need to have registered or made an account with Frontier to find this. So if you search browse, and if you just type in Paddock 11, it's this one right here. There's my name, Isla Terra, and if you install this, you will get what you're about to see. I'm gonna kind of show y'all what it looks like in sandbox mode. So let's skip over to there real quick. Okay, so you can use this wherever you want, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how it looks in a sandbox park. So it's going to be under scenery, and it'll be in blueprints. And here it is right here, Paddock 11. And so you can rotate it however you want. This here is meant to be the front if you want to kind of use that as a point of reference. And boom, there you go. This is basically a Indominus Rex paddock that I spent a couple hours working on. Now, there's a couple things here. One is that you're still gonna have to build the fence. All this is the walls and like the structure. And you're also probably gonna have to delete some of the walls to put in your viewing areas and whatnot. The idea was that this is kind of like a blank canvas that you all can start on, and you can kind of make your own Indominus Rex paddock however you want. And the idea is that hopefully by building this blueprint, I have hopefully helped with getting some of the heavy lifting out of the way for you, and that you all can make your own really cool Indominus Rex paddocks. So with that being said, I'm going to cut to a speed build, and I'm going to build my own Indominus Rex paddock using the blueprint that is available for everyone. And I hope you all enjoyed. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, so let's, kind of take a little tour. I'm sure that people can make much crazier, cooler exhibits than I have, but I'm still pretty excited about Paddock 11. So let's kind of go through some of the ideas I had. First, the helipad in Jurassic World. The first one with, the park and everything. They had the little helicopter landing zone. I couldn't find a helicopter prop, so I guess maybe that'll be something for later, or maybe if you really wanted to, you could maybe put an expedition center over here so you could actually have a helicopter leaving and landing and whatnot. I did not plan this out, but the Paddock 11 and Indominus Rex actually kind of fit on the a number of tiles that I had. So that was kind of a happy accident. And then I didn't know, but there's torches, and if you change it to nighttime, the torches look really cool with the lighting up of the Jurassic World. Super cool. Big fan of stuff like that. So one thing that y'all probably thought of or noticed is that the walls, the modular walls themselves don't count as a quote-unquote fence. You still have to fence in the exhibit with actual fencing. And I also hope maybe you noticed that it was actually very easy to just use the these prefabs structure here as a way to kind of line up all of the fences. So it was pretty easy to line up the fence all the way around by using these girders here as kind of a guide. I also put a gate in the back. You probably noticed I had to delete a few of the walls. I kept the fence up top because I honestly think it still looks pretty cool. You could do a lot more editing with this if you wanted. I also went with the kind of gravel-looking path because in Jurassic World, the Indominus Paddock is surrounded by gravel. There's lots of things you could do. One thing that I thought of, let me just show y'all some of the other kind of ideas I was thinking of. So one thing I thought would be neat would be if well, one second, that's not what I wanted to do. So if you selected a couple of these and maybe you just removed one or two of them, just like that one and that one, and let's just say you got rid of this panel right here. And then what if you put a pane of glass so the guests, the Indominus Rex could peer out towards the guests, and maybe you could have a little strip of the invisible fencing right here, so it would be kind of like a looking glass into the exhibits. I thought that would be a really cool idea. You probably noticed too, I put the moat that I tried to do several years ago from the concept art of the Indominus Rex Paddock. Instead of it being a rocky cliff, you could put the deep water as kind of like a moat. I even put the Indominus Rex skeleton down there. I put the floodlights, the concept art that I'm referring to. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google search Indominus Rex Paddock concept art, and one of the first ones that comes up will be a picture, and it's about at this angle, just like this, and there's a viewing area, and there's this moat, there's this cliff with weapons and pikes and stuff aimed into the exhibit, and the Indominus is standing right here looking at the pane of glass, and there's these big search floodlights flanking the viewing area. So I was kind of trying to recreate that. The crane is here with the food below it. You obviously could put a goat feeder there instead if you wanted. I just kind of wanted to simulate the movie a little bit better. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if 100% certainty, if I'm being completely honest, but I think this exhibit is big enough for an Indominus Rex. The way that I have it laid out, it would, I'm not 100% sure on that though. That'd be something I should probably look into. Maybe I'll check on that and comment on it later. But yeah, so like I said, y'all are, I'm sure there's people out there who are way more creative and have a lot more creative ambition, but I wanted to kind of explain the thought process behind the blueprint. So it's just the idea of having a template to start from, and you can very easily just drag and drop Paddock 11 and any park that you want an Indominus Rex in, and then just kind of build your fence from there, and then you can implement any ideas you want. That's kind of the beauty of this blueprint system. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I'd love to have your feedback. I'll admit I kind of wanted to get this out sooner rather than later, so I'm sure there's lots of little things that I missed that could be improved upon. Oop, let's watch the... He got that one pretty fast, but... Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and feedback. I'd be interested in making more blueprints like this if you all like them and if you find it useful and all that stuff. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time.